Members, one of the reasons California voters enacted the Political Reform Act was to ensure that the activities of lobbyists should be regulated and their finances disclosed. To serve this goal, the Political Reform Act requires lobbying firms and parties employing a lobbyist to report their legislative and regulatory activities. This structure is working and is not overly burdensome. The idea for AB 1200 was brought to me by 3 McGeorge Law School students who wrote a paper and the proposal after learning that lobbying related to procurement contracting decisions by state agencies is not included within the scope of lobbying under the Political Reform Act, despite the fact that the state authorizes over $11 billion in procurement contracts just last year. The premise of AB 1200 is that if we require disclosure on all legislative matters, why wouldn't we require disclosure on billions of dollars worth of state procurement contracts? Accordingly, AB 1200 adds governmental procurement to the Political Reform Act and therefore brings state procurement contracts within the types of government decisions that are covered by the state's lobbying laws. The effects of AB 1200 would be to provide greater sunshine on an area where significant amounts of taxpayer money is committed. In practical terms, it would require those lobbying on procurement contracts to report this aspect of their business. It should be noted that nothing in the bill would prohibit conversations between lobbyists and officials involved in procurement. Rather, disclosure of the activities provides transparency, assurance that the process is fair, and a means to detect and prosecute improper activity. 18 states, as well as the federal government, already require lobbyists to report procurement lobbying activity. So this bill is more of a catch-up as opposed to instituting brand new policy. AB 1200 is limited to state procurement contracts and was recently amended to further narrow the bill to apply to contracts over $250,000 so that small business would not be affected. Further, the bill was amended to exempt bona fide salespersons so that the proverbial Xerox salesman would not be affected. AB 1200 has no registered opposition, and I respectfully ask for an aye vote.